Welcome back. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of Australian 10-cent coins, the small, often overlooked silver pieces that many of us toss into jars or leave buried in drawers. But what if I told you that some of these little coins are actually worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars? That's right. Thanks to rare minting errors, low production runs, and pristine conditions, a handful of 10-cent coins have skyrocketed in value. So grab your magnifying glass, check your change, and let's explore the top 5 most valuable 10 cents Australian coins of all time. Let's get started. First up, the 2003 Australian 10-cent coin, especially those found in black or dark-toned circulated condition. These small silver-colored coins have quietly drifted through wallets, purses, and pockets for over 2 decades. But for collectors with a sharp eye and a little luck, this tiny titan of value may be your chance at an unexpected fortune. That's right. Under the right circumstances, this jet black coin could unlock huge dollar value, collector demand, and possibly make you a millionaire. Let's explore every detail, every quirk, and every reason this coin deserves your full attention right now. The 2003 Australian 10-cent coin was minted during a year of stable economic conditions, which means it wasn't part of a commemorative release or limited edition campaign. But what makes it so compelling is the subtle, often unnoticed nature of its minting, along with the fact that a large portion of the population never gave it a second glance. It was struck at the Royal Australian Mint in standard copper-nickel composition and released into circulation in decent numbers. However, finding well-preserved coins from this year is becoming rarer and rarer with each passing decade, and color variations, especially the black-toned circulated versions, have become a hot topic in collector communities. These aren't just signs of wear. They might actually be signs of natural toning, environmental reaction, or unusual metal composition quirks that make them exceptionally unique. The design of the 2003 10-cent coin is a classic, and it pays tribute to the country's deep cultural roots. On the obverse, you'll find the elegant profile of Queen Elizabeth II, sculpted by Ian Rank Broadley, whose initials, IRB, appear just beneath the neckline. This version of the Queen shows a mature, regal expression, embodying dignity and national pride. The words Elizabeth II, Australia, and the year 2003 encircle her profile, forming a timeless front face. But the true artistic marvel lies on the reverse, where you're greeted by a beautifully stylized, superb lyrebird with its fantail, feathers reaching out in graceful arcs. The lyrebird, native to Australia and renowned for its elaborate song and mimicry, is a powerful symbol of identity, rhythm, and natural wonder. The level of detail in the feathers and the curve of the wings is simply astonishing, and when seen in a color black circulated condition, this contrast can actually enhance the visual depth, making the design appear even more dramatic and mysterious. Let's take a look at the specifications, because understanding the composition of this coin is key to unlocking its rarity. The 2003 Australian 10-cent coin is struck in copper-nickel alloy, made up of 75% copper and 25% nickel, which gives it a silver-white shine when new. But over time, environmental exposure can cause chemical reactions that darken the surface. This is where the color black condition comes in. Coins that have been exposed to oxidation, underground storage, fire exposure, or extended handling can develop a blackened, glossy, or matte appearance. This isn't necessarily damage. In fact, in some cases, it's a unique natural patina that makes the coin one of a kind. The coin weighs 5.65 grams, with a diameter of 23.60 millimeters, and features a reeded edge that adds to its tactile quality and anti-counterfeiting measure. Now we arrive at the part everyone's waiting for, the current market value and collector demand. The truth is, the majority of 2003 10-cent coins in average circulated condition will sell for face value or slightly above, typically around 20 cents to $1 in local markets. However, here's where the story flips. Coins found in color black condition, with high visual contrast, full design detail, and natural toning are increasingly being seen as rare variants. The demand for error-toned, or uniquely oxidized coins is on the rise, with collectors all over Australia and internationally actively bidding on well-preserved dark-toned 10-cent pieces, particularly if they exhibit signs of unusual striking, die cracks, rim damage, or alignment errors. A black-toned 2003 coin in crisp condition can fetch $10 to $50 Australian dollars, and certain varieties sold through online auctions or private sales have gone for over $100 Australian dollars, depending on their visual appeal and preservation. And it doesn't stop there. Coins that show double strikes, off-center minting, planchet flaws, or multiple errors in combination have reached jaw-dropping values. with some examples from similar years selling for 1,000 Australian dollars or more when authenticated and graded by trusted bodies like PCGS or NGC. If the black coloration is found to be the result of a rare environmental or mint-based anomaly, its value could skyrocket into the thousands, especially among international collectors and investors. That's when we start talking about the millionaire potential. Rare coins in unexpected conditions have broken global records, and if a unique 2003 black 10-cent coin surfaces with the right combination of errors, toning, and authentication, it could become one of the most valuable small-denomination coins in Australian history. So what should you do if you've got one of these black 2003 10-cent coins? First, do not clean it. You'll erase the toning and risk destroying what makes it special. Instead, place it in a protective flip or airtight holder and examine it carefully under bright light. Look for clarity of design, visible feather details on the lyrebird, and any strange markings or strike shifts. If you think the coin may be rare or valuable, consider submitting it to a professional coin grading service for evaluation. That's how you separate a good coin from a million-dollar opportunity. In conclusion, the 2003 Australian 10-cent coin, especially in black circulated condition, is far more than a forgotten piece of change. It is a sleeping treasure, a coin that defies expectations, hiding historical beauty and modern-day value beneath a weathered surface. It proves that even the smallest coins can carry the biggest secrets, and that wealth doesn't always glitter. It sometimes hides in the blackest shine of an old 10-cent piece. So check your pockets, dig through your jars, and don't overlook the dark-tone coins. They may be your gateway to untold fortune. Like, comment, and subscribe if you found one, or if you want more secrets from the world of valuable Australian coins. Until next time, keep your eyes sharp and your change close, because your next millionaire moment could be no bigger than 10 cents. Next up, the 1980 Australian 10-cent coin, especially those found in color-circulated condition. Yes, the dull, dark-toned, sometimes scratched coins sitting at the bottom of your change jar could actually be worth a fortune. It's not just about what's on the surface. It's about the history, the design, the metal, and the rare quirks that make this everyday coin a potential millionaire's jackpot. So, if you've got one, or are curious to know how a 10-cent piece from 1980 could change your life, buckle up. We're about to uncover the full story. Let's start with the history and background of this remarkable coin. By 1980, Australia's decimal currency had been circulating for just 14 years, following the historic changeover in 1966. The 10-cent coin had already become a vital part of the nation's daily transactions, and the Royal Australian Mint continued producing them in large numbers. In that year alone, more than 70 million 10-cent coins were minted. But here's the twist. High mintage doesn't always mean low value. Over the decades, the vast majority of these coins have been lost, melted, damaged, or worn down to near unrecognizable condition. Finding one in a color-circulated condition with well-preserved detail and possible rare errors has become increasingly difficult, which is exactly why serious collectors are racing to hunt down every remaining treasure. Now let's talk about designs, because the 1980 10-cent coin is a tiny canvas of iconic Australian artistry. The obverse of the coin features the elegant profile of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by British sculptor Arnold Machin. This version of the Queen shows her youthful features, framed by the classic tiara she wore in her early reign. The inscriptions Elizabeth II and Australia 1980 circle her portrait, honoring both the monarchy and the nation. Flip the coin, and on the reverse, you'll discover the real magic, the glorious superb lyrebird, Australia's native songbird and nature's greatest mimic. The lyrebird is shown with its long, ornate tail feathers fanned out in a bold, symmetrical display. This intricate design, created by Stuart Devlin, captures not only beauty and movement, but also Australia's rich biodiversity and cultural pride. And in color-circulated condition, where the silver has aged into hues of black, charcoal, or deep blue-gray, the coin takes on a moody, majestic character, turning an ordinary design into a haunting masterpiece. Now for the specifications, which tell us more than just size. They reveal the material story of the coin. The 1980 Australian 10-cent piece is made from copper nickel, an alloy of 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it strength, corrosion resistance, and that distinct silver shine when freshly minted. The coin weighs 5.65 grams, has a diameter of 23.60 millimeters, and features a reeded edge for grip and security. Its compact size makes it easy to overlook, but for collectors, every millimeter of this coin could be packed with historical and monetary value, especially if it features errors, tone patterns, or other minting anomalies. Let's explore the big question. What is the current market value? And how can this coin make you a millionaire? In standard, worn circulated condition, a 1980 10-cent coin is often traded for face value or slightly more, typically around 20 cents to $1 in local collector markets. But when the coin is in color circulated condition, meaning it shows signs of toning or dark surface oxidation without major structural damage, it can appeal to collectors for its uniqueness. Natural aging and exposure to environmental conditions can cause striking color changes, creating coins with rainbow hues, matte black finishes, or deep bronze shading. These aesthetic shifts can transform a basic coin into a collector's gem, fetching prices of $5 to $20, sometimes more. But that's just the beginning. Where the 1980 coin truly becomes explosive in value is in the realm of rare minting errors. These include off-center strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks, cut errors, or doubled images, and they are the holy grail for serious numismatists. Verified error coins from the 1980 10-cent series have sold for $100 to $1,000 or more, especially when certified by top grading companies like PCGS or NGC. And here's where the millionaire potential enters the chat. Coins that combine multiple rare features, such as perfect coloration, clear detail, and a major minting flaw, could skyrocket in value, especially if sold at international auctions or during high-demand booms in the collectible coin market. A one-of-a-kind, authenticated 1980 Australian 10-cent coin in mint condition with a rare double strike and black toning could attract bids in the 5 or even 6-figure range. So, what should you do if you found a 1980 10-cent coin in color-circulated condition? First and foremost, don't clean it. Cleaning can destroy the natural patina, reduce value, and eliminate key identifying markers of age or authenticity. Instead, gently store your coin in a protective holder, such as a coin flip or airtight case, and examine it under bright light. Look for any signs of error, doubling, irregular shapes, or fine detail that hasn't been worn away. If it looks promising, get it professionally graded, because that step alone could multiply its resale value by 10 or more. In conclusion, the 1980 Australian 10-cent coin is far more than just a pocket-sized piece of metal. It's a relic of national identity, an artwork in miniature, and, when found in the right condition, a potentially life-changing discovery. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a curious newcomer, this coin proves that big value can come in the smallest packages. With the right combination of coloration, preservation, and rarity, this unassuming silver piece from 1980 could very well be your millionaire moment. So what are you waiting for? Start checking your old change jars, flea markets, and antique drawers. You never know when history might fall into your hand. Like, comment, and subscribe for more deep dives into Australia's most valuable coins. And until next time, keep your eyes open, your pockets lucky, and your dreams alive. That next 10-cent coin could be worth $100,000. Next up, the 1998 Australian 10-cent coin, especially in extra fine condition, could be your golden ticket to wealth? That's right. This small, elegant coin might just be the million-dollar gem hiding in your pocket change. With the right mix of condition, rarity, and collector demand, this coin is gaining traction in the numismatic world like never before. Get ready, because today we break down every design detail, historical context, metal composition, collector insight, and value potential, because you might be holding a fortune in your fingers without even knowing it. Let's begin with the history and background of this unassuming coin. By 1998, the Australian 10-cent coin had been circulating for over 30 years, since decimal currency was introduced in 1966. While many see the 1990s coins as modern and common, that couldn't be further from the truth when it comes to condition-based rarity. The 1998 edition wasn't part of a commemorative set. There were no flashy redesigns or announcements, but therein lies the hidden beauty. It was a year of standard issue, which means few people took the time to preserve it. Over the years, millions of these coins were lost, spent, damaged, or forgotten in drawers. That makes finding a 1998 10-cent coin in extra fine, XF, condition, with sharp edges, clean surfaces, and full design clarity, a true collector's dream. These well-preserved coins are now being recognized for their understated scarcity and skyrocketing demand. On to the designs, and this is where the coin begins to tell its story. On the obverse, the coin proudly features the mature effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, sculpted by Ian Rank Broadley, a design introduced in 1998 itself, making this coin historically important. This portrait marked a shift in royal imagery, showing the Queen in a more realistic and less idealized form, with softer features and visible signs of age, portraying authenticity and dignity. The detail on her crown, facial features, and neckline becomes a powerful visual marker when evaluating the quality of a coin in extra fine condition. Around her portrait are the inscriptions Elizabeth II, Australia, and the year 1998, perfectly struck in crisp, clean lettering. The reverse design, created by the legendary Stuart Devlin, is a tribute to Australia's natural beauty and wildlife. Here, you'll find the superb lyrebird, Australia's most incredible songbird, captured mid-dance with its extravagant tail feathers arched in a display of power and poise. The level of intricacy in this design is nothing short of breathtaking. Each feather flows with fine detail, and in extra fine condition, the feather lines, claw detail, and even the soil beneath the bird's feet can often still be seen with stunning clarity. Devlin's work on this coin is a silent masterpiece, bold and graceful, symbolic and sophisticated. On XF specimens, these details remain unsoftened by time, making the coin a true artistic collectible. Now let's dive into the specifications, because behind every great coin is a brilliant foundation. The 1998 10-cent coin was struck in copper nickel, an alloy composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it the durability to withstand decades of circulation and the silvery glow that makes it visually striking. The coin weighs 5.65 grams, has a diameter of 23.60 millimeters, and features a reeded edge for both function and flair. Its composition allows it to develop subtle coloration over time. Some coins take on hints of blue, gold, or bronze, especially when stored in varying conditions. These natural hues, when combined with XF preservation, can dramatically enhance both aesthetic appeal and market value. And now, what everyone wants to know: the big value, collector demand, and millionaire potential. In general circulated condition, the 1998 10-cent coin holds face value or might fetch up to $1 from beginner collectors. However, a coin in extra fine condition, meaning minimal surface wear, sharp details on the lyrebird and queen, and a clean field, can sell for $5 to $20 depending on the visibility of design and toning. But it gets better. Uncirculated and professionally graded XF to MS60 plus coins with exceptional luster and detail have been known to fetch $50 to $200, especially when verified by grading agencies like PCGS or NGC. Where things take a dramatic turn is in the rarity and error market. A small number of 1,998 10-cent coins have surfaced with striking anomalies, including off-center minting, clipped planchets, double strikes, die cracks, and rim cuts. These rare flaws, especially when paired with extra fine preservation, can launch values into the stratosphere. Some known error coins from the 1990s have sold at auctions for $500 to over $5,000 AUD. Add collector frenzy into the mix, especially from overseas buyers in the US, UK, and Asia, and you can see why even a tiny 10-cent coin from 1998 could become a millionaire's stepping stone, given the right combination of rarity, condition, and demand. So, what should you do if you discover a 1998 Australian 10-cent coin in extra fine condition? First, handle it with care. Use gloves if possible, and place it in a clear, acid-free protective flip or slab. Examine it closely under good lighting. Are the queen's features sharp? Is the lyrebird's feather pattern crisp? Is the field free from heavy scratches? And most importantly, look for any signs of minting error. If it passes those checks, consider submitting it to a grading service or listing it with a reputable auction house, because that one coin could change everything. In conclusion, the 1998 Australian 10-cent coin in extra fine condition is a masterclass in hidden potential. It's a coin that tells the story of Australia's evolution in art, currency, and monarchy, and for those lucky enough to spot a rare version, it's also a potential gateway to immense wealth. This coin proves that you don't need gold or diamonds to strike it rich. Sometimes, all it takes is 10 cents and a sharp eye. Next up, this is about a humble 10-cent piece, struck in 1983, sitting silently in circulation for decades, and now, in excellent condition, emerging as one of the most overlooked and powerful pieces of Australian currency. If you've got this coin in your collection, or even hidden in a jar at home, you could be holding the key to a massive financial windfall. So get ready, because the 1983 Australian 10-cent coin might just be the silver secret that could make you a millionaire. Let's begin with a look back at the history and background. The year 1983 wasn't just any year in Australian numismatic history. It was a pivotal moment of economic transition. Inflation was on the rise, and the government was adapting its minting strategy to match the changing needs of commerce. Although over 29 million 10-cent coins were minted that year, the vast majority were immediately circulated and heavily used. Few were preserved in pristine condition. As a result, coins from 1983 in excellent condition, with strong luster, defined details, and minimal wear, have become exceptionally rare over time. These coins are like time capsules, freezing a moment in Australia's financial and artistic heritage. And now, after more than 4 decades, collectors are desperately searching for the finest examples still in existence. Now, let's admire the brilliant design that makes this coin so iconic. On the obverse, we find the profile of Queen Elizabeth II, sculpted by the legendary Arnold Machin. This portrait, first introduced in 1966, shows a youthful and elegant queen, adorned with the girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. Her gaze is confident, dignified, and graceful. The surrounding inscription reads, Elizabeth II, Australia, 1983, and in excellent condition. Each letter remains sharp, bold, and unblemished. Flip the coin, and you are met with an artistic marvel on the reverse. The majestic, superb lyrebird, with its extravagant tail feathers unfurled in a spectacular fan. Designed by Stuart Devlin, Australia's master of coin artistry, this image captures the strength, grace, and uniqueness of the Australian wilderness. When the coin is well preserved, every feather is visible, every curve etched in remarkable detail, turning this coin into a miniature masterpiece of national pride. Let's get technical, because the specifications of the 1983 Australian 10-cent coin reveal just how special it really is. This coin is made from copper nickel, an alloy of 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it both resilience and a gleaming silver finish. It weighs 5.65 grams, measures 23.60 millimeters in diameter, and has a reeded edge for grip and anti-counterfeiting security. Its unique size and composition make it perfect for long-term survival. But even so, only a fraction of the original mintage has survived in excellent condition. Coins that have maintained their shine, clarity, and structure over 40 years are truly rare and highly valuable. Now, the moment we've all been waiting for, the big value, collector demand, and millionaire potential. In worn or average circulated condition, the 1983 10-cent coin typically trades for face value to $1 AUD. But when you get your hands on one in excellent condition, meaning it retains its full detail, clean surfaces, minimal scratches, and natural toning, you've just stepped into a different world. Such coins can command $10 to $50 Australian dollars, depending on eye appeal and rarity in the marketplace. But that's just the starting line. When these coins are submitted for professional grading by companies like PCGS or NGC and achieve high grades, such as MS64, MS65, or above, their values jump significantly. Certified mint state examples have been known to sell for $200 to 1,000 Australian dollars, especially when they possess exceptional luster or original mint rolls provenance. Now here's where the stakes get truly exciting. If your 1983 10-cent coin has a minting error, such as an off-center strike, double strike, die crack, clip planchet, or misalignment, you're looking at a potential jackpot. These error coins are prized by advanced collectors and can skyrocket in value. Verified 10-cent errors from this era have sold at auctions for $2,000 to $5,000 Australian, and rare varieties have fetched even more in international collector circles. Combine a high-grade condition with a known error, and suddenly, you're not talking pocket change. You're talking life-changing wealth. In rarest form, an MS66 Plus coin with a dramatic mint error could easily reach 5 or even six-figure bids under the right market conditions. So what should you do if you have a 1983 Australian 10-cent coin in excellent condition? First, do not clean it. Cleaning can destroy the natural finish and reduce value instantly. Handle it by the edges and store it in a protective, acid-free coin holder. Examine it carefully under light. Look for clarity in the queen's portrait, sharpness in the lyrebird's feathers, and any unusual characteristics that may signal a rare error. If it looks promising, get it authenticated and graded professionally. Then watch as its value multiplies in the collector market. In conclusion, the 1983 Australian 10-cent coin is the perfect blend of historical elegance, design brilliance, and hidden value. In excellent condition, it is no longer just a piece of change. It's a powerful collectible, a relic of royal and artistic heritage, and possibly your passport to a 6- or 7-figure payday. It's proof that true treasure doesn't always glitter. It often jingles in your pocket, quietly waiting to be discovered. Next up, the 1982 Australian 10-cent coin, found in color-circulated condition, a coin that's been jingling at the bottom of change jars for decades, but in the right circumstances, could be your key to a $1 million discovery. Sounds too good to be true? Stay with me, because the facts, the design, the rare conditions, and the red-hot demand make this one of the most underestimated coins in Australian numismatic history. Let's kick things off with the history and background. The 10-cent coin was first introduced in 1966 with Australia's switch to decimal currency, and by the 1980s, it was firmly embedded in everyday life. The 1982 edition was part of a period of high mintage, with more than 52 million coins struck by the Royal Australian Mint. But here's where the story gets wild. Despite that high mintage, most of these coins were heavily circulated, used in countless transactions, exposed to rough handling, pocket wear, vending machines, and environmental damage. The result? Today, finding a 1982 10-cent coin in even decent shape is rare. But finding one in clean, distinct color-circulated condition with detailed features intact, now that is a discovery that collectors are starting to chase more than ever before. Let's talk about designs, because this coin is small in size, but massive in artistic brilliance. On the obverse, you'll find the youthful, confident portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, sculpted by renowned British artist Arnold Machin. The Queen is seen wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a symbol of both elegance and power. The obverse text, Elizabeth II Australia 1982, arcs around her profile, and in circulated but well-preserved condition, the tiara's delicate detail and the facial contours still stand out in stunning clarity. Flip to the reverse, and you're greeted by one of the most iconic and underappreciated wildlife depictions ever to grace a coin, the superb lyrebird, designed by the legendary Stuart Devlin. With its extraordinary fan of tail feathers on full display, the lyrebird stands as a symbol of Australian nature's grandeur. In circulated condition, the coin may develop darker tones or colorations, what some call toning, which actually adds contrast to the feathers, making the design even more visually powerful and desirable for collectors. Now let's break down the specifications, because every detail matters when we're talking about potential fortune. The 1982 10-cent coin is composed of copper-nickel, an alloy of 75% copper and 25% nickel, which gives it a silver appearance but incredible durability. It weighs 5.65 grams, has a diameter of 23.60 millimeters, and includes a reeded edge that not only aids in grip but also serves as a deterrent to counterfeiting. This coin is perfectly designed for longevity, but only a small fraction of them have survived in attractive condition. In color-circulated condition, the surface may appear gray, charcoal-toned, or even display hints of blue, purple, or brown, a result of natural environmental exposure over decades. And when those natural tones are paired with strong strike quality and visible details, the coin enters an entirely new level of desirability. Now for the part everyone's waiting for, the big value and collector demand. Most average circulated 1982 10-cent coins will sell for about 20 cents to $1 in local markets. But things heat up dramatically when the coin is in color circulated condition with excellent detail. Collectors love character, and coins that show natural toning, contrast in color, and well-preserved designs can fetch $5 to $20 with ease. But the real value explosion comes with coins that have been professionally graded and those with rarities or mint errors. Coins from this year with documented off-center strikes, die cracks, rim cuts, or double-struck features have been known to sell for $200 to $2,000, and sometimes even higher when listed at international auctions. And here's the real kicker. If a coin from 1982 shows a unique combination of black toning, high-grade strike, and a minting anomaly, and it's authenticated and graded at MS65 or higher, it could easily command 4 or even 5-figure prices, especially as demand for error coins and vintage Australian currency continues to soar globally. Just one lucky find, something already in your drawer or handed to you in change, could very well become your millionaire moment. So, what do you do if you find a 1982 10-cent coin in beautiful circulated condition with unique color or error features? First, do not clean it. Cleaning destroys toning, scratches the surface, and ruins collector interest. Instead, place it in a coin holder or protective flip. Use a magnifier to examine the details. Focus on the queen's tiara, the lyrebird's feathers, and the clarity of the rim. Check for anything odd, extra metal, doubling, missing text, unusual weight. If anything seems out of the ordinary, it's worth submitting to a grading company like PCGS or NGC to verify its authenticity and rarity. That step alone could add hundreds or even thousands of dollars to your coin's value. In conclusion, the 1982 Australian 10-cent coin is a prime example of how a tiny piece of metal, handled with care and recognized for its uniqueness, can become a life-changing asset. Its artistic design, historical context, and the thrilling potential for rare errors make it a collector's dream, and when found in the right condition, it could be worth far more than anyone expects. So never underestimate what you find in your change. The next time a dull little silver coin catches your eye, give it a closer look. It might just be the coin that turns 10 cents into 100,000. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more eye-opening insights into coins that could change your life.